Assalamu alaikum. Topic of today's lecture is industrial hazards. We will discuss different industrial hazards like ergonomics, health and toxic substances, environmental control and noise, flammable and explosive material, fire protection, material handling and storage, personal protection and first aid, electrical hazards, and mechanical hazards. We will discuss these contents one by one. Number one, ergonomics. What is ergonomics? Study of human abilities and characteristics which affect the design of equipment, systems, and jobs. It considers humans' physical, physiological, biomechanical, and physiological capabilities, designing tasks and work environment to fit the worker. Human factors. The study of man and his interaction with the machine, workspace, and environment. The goal of human factor is to apply knowledge in designing systems that work, accommodating the limits of human performance and exploring the advantages of the human operator in the process. Ergonomics bloopers never assume that people use product according to plan. These are the some examples. Two examples are here. You can see designing safety features into workplace machines. Example of the application of ergonomic principle in the design of machine controls. Design of punch press foot switches. A properly designed standard foot switch for activation a mechanical power press has cover to prevent the operator or other personnel from accidentally stepping on the pedal or switch. You can see in the diagram. Controlling the work environment. Physical environment that surrounds the worker in the workplace. A. Temperature of work environment. B. Humidity. C. Pollution. Man-environment interaction. Again, these are the diagrams. Some diagram showing the man-environment interaction. Different environments are there in which men are working. Now we will study ergonomics risk factors. Ergonomic risk factors are number one, force, vibration, temperature extremes, repetition, contact stress, static posture, awkward postures. So all are combined together results for ergonomic risk factors. You can see the diagrams here. Contact stress, awkward posture, repetitive task, temperature extreme. All these examples are here which are ergonomic risk factors. Here is an example for repetitive task. We use computer and using mouse, vibration, and applying forces on different with the help of different equipments. Now workplace Now we will study workplace musculoskeletal disorders. Different musculoskeletal disorders are there. Carpal tunnel syndrome. What is carpal tunnel syndrome? Here are some diagrams. Carpal tunnel syndrome. Number one, first diagram showing the carpal tunnel syndrome. Number two, cumulative trauma disorder. You can see musculoskeletal disorder. Number three diagram, you can see what is carpal tunnel syndrome. A medical condition in which the median nerve is compressed at the wrist, leading to pain, paresthesias, and muscular weakness in the forearm and hand. Second is CTD, cumulative trauma disorders, repetitive strain injuries. Caused by repetitive tasks is any of a loose group of conditions resulting from overuse of a tool, example computer, guitar, or knife. The third one is MSD, musculoskeletal disorder. In the third diagram you can see the musculoskeletal disorder. Musculoskeletal disorder caused either by the work itself or by the employee's working environment. They can also result from fractures sustained in an accident. Typically, MSDs affect the back, neck, shoulders, and upper limbs. Less often, they affect the lower limbs. Again, these are the diagrams, some diagrams showing the musculoskeletal disorders. Number two, second content of industrial hazard is health and toxic substances. Second one is health and toxic substances. Number one, in which we will study different things. Number one, health hazard. Health hazard carry a great deal of impact because the potential harm to exposed employees is great and the cost of correction of a single health hazard is high. Health deals with the long-term chronic exposure effects. Example, safety. Safety deals with the more obvious acute effects that do their damage immediately. Examples, toxic substances. Toxic substances must be controlled for the health of workers as well as to avoid OSHA citation. Irritants. Inflame the surfaces of the parts of the body by their corrosive action. Affect skin moisture surface, especially the lungs. Example, dust, ammonia, chlorine gas, acid mists. Systematic poisons. Systematic poisons attack vital organs or systems of organs such as liver damage, etc. Example, lead, carbon disulfide, methyl alcohol, methanol, inhalation of smoke, vapors. Here you can see stages of acetaldehyde alcohol induced liver damage. Different stages are there. Depressants. Certain substances act as a depressants or narcotics on the central nerve system. affecting safety and health because interfere with the concentration of workers who operate machinery, which will lead to reduced concentration, loss of focus and headaches. Examples: ethyl alcohol, the drinking of variety of alcohol; acetylene; benzene. Carcinogens, substances that are known to cause or are suspected to cause cancer. Example: vinyl chloride. Vinyl chloride causes a form of cancer of the liver. Vinyl chloride is a gas with a sweet odor. It is highly toxic, flammable, and carcinogenic. Polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chloride, commonly abbreviated PVC, is the third most widely produced plastic after polyethylene and polypropylene. Air contaminants. Gases easily contaminate the air because air consists of gases and gases readily mix. Example: carbon monoxide, hydrogen sulfide, and chlorine. Vapors are also gases, liquids or gases that release small quantities of gases into the surrounding air. Example: gasoline and solvents. Dusts, solid particles. Example: asbestos, coal, cotton, and radioactive dusts. Fumes are also solid particles but are generally too fine to be called dust. Example: metal fumes, exhaust fumes. The third content of industrial hazard is third source is environmental control. Environmental control involved storages strategies for dealing with environmental factors such as air contaminants problem and industrial noise, mainly achieved through ventilation system, personal protective equipment, system redesign. Ventilation. Ventilation is the most obvious engineering solution to an air contaminant problem. The most desirable way to deal with air contaminant is change the process, and second one is change the material. Number one, change the process. Isolate or enclose it so that contaminant is no longer produced. Change the material means used in the process to a less contaminant produced material. Design principles. If the process cannot be changed or materials cannot be substituted, a well-designed ventilation system may be the best solution. Exhaust ventilation. Exhaust ventilation is not the same as ordinary heating and air conditioning. Design error can be made if this difference is not considered. You can see the diagram, ordinary heating and air conditioning practice. So you can see the T-junction diagram, and here sharp edges are here and 90-degree band is there, and in the second diagram you can see the 40-degree band in the duct system is there, which is desirable. So we have to use a ducting system like in the second diagram, in which we can see the angle between the two junction is not more than 45 degree. So we have to avoid sharp edges at duct entry. Makeup air. Open windows and doors. Traditional way to make up air. Recirculate the exhaust air after filtration and decontamination, introduce the makeup air right at the point at which the contamination is taking place. Use a heat exchanger to recapture the energy of the exhaust air and transfer it to the incoming makeup air. The best exhaust ventilation system are the pull types, not the push types. Within the exhaust duct, the fan should be placed at the end of the duct if possible. You can see in the diagram number 1, the exhaust fan is at the entrance of the duct, and in the diagram number 2, the exhaust discharge is there and exhaust fan is at the outlet of the duct. Contaminate air is entering into the system, and at the outlet we have mounted a exhaust discharge fan. The fan location is important. Keep negative pressure within the duct. Noise exposure. Noise exposure causes a health problem. Industrial noise is very important, and its exposure cause a health problem considered mainly from the point of view of environmental health and safety. Sustained exposure can cause permanent hearing damage, acts as a causal factor for stress, and raises systolic blood pressure in industrial sense. Noise means excessive sound or harmful sound. Noise prevention. PPE, personal protective equipment, ear muffs, earplugs, and AB, elimination of the source of the noise. So we can prevent noise exposure. We can prevent the worker from noise by using PPE and elimination of the source of the noise. So sound level meter can be used to measure sound levels. Units of sound measurement in decibel. You can see unit of sound intensity. Sound intensity is expressed as power per unit area, such as watts per centimeter square, or more commonly on a logarithmic scale called decibels. As this table shows, human hearing is the most sensitive between 1 kHz and 4 kHz. You can see the first column showing the watts per centimeter square, then second column is decibels, and third column is example of sound. You can see different ranges are there. Softer is downward and louder is upward. Flammable and explosive material, the fourth content of industrial hazard. Explosives. Any chemical compound, mixture or device whose primary or common purpose is to function by explosion, that is with substantially instantaneous release of gas and heat. Classification of material. There are three classes are here in this slide. Class A, explosive. Class A explosives is an explosive possessing or detonating hazard such as dynamite, nitroglycerin, picric acid, lead, lead acid, fulminate of mercury, blast powder, blasting caps, and detonating primers. Class B explosives is an explosive possessing a flammable hazard such as propellant explosives, including some smokeless powders. What are Class C explosives? Class C explosives include certain types of manufactured articles which contain Class A or Class B explosives, or both, as components but in restricted quantities. Flammable materials. Number one, flammable liquid. Any liquid mixture, substance or compound which will emit a flammable vapor at a temperature below 100 degree Fahrenheit, which is 37.7 degrees Celsius. Flammable solid, a solid other than one classified as an explosive which is liable to cause fire through friction, absorption of moisture, spontaneous chemical changes, or as a result of retained heat from manufacturing or processing. Examples: white phosphorus, nitrocellulose, metallic sodium and potassium, and zirconium powder. Manufacturers are required to produce Material Safety Data Sheet (MSDS) for each material produced to be referred by users when handling and storing material. Either provide it along with purchase or publish in home page. Storing flammable and explosive materials. Store flammable or explosive materials such as gasoline, oil and cleaning agents apart from other materials. Keep flammable and explosive materials in proper containers which con- contents clearly marked. Dispose of greasy, oily rags and other flammable material in approved containers. Store full barrels in an upright position. Keep gasoline and oil barrels on barrel racks. Store empty barrels separately. Post signs prohibiting smoking, open flames, and other ignition sources in areas. Where flammable and explosive materials are stored or used, store and chain all compressed gas cylinders in an upright position. Mark all empty cylinders with the letter empty and store them separately from full or partially full cylinders. Ventilate all storage areas properly. Ensure that all electric fixtures and switches are explosion proof where flammable materials are stored. Use grounding straps equipped with clamps on containers to prevent static electricity buildup. Provide the appropriate fire extinguishers for the materials found on site. Keep fire extinguishers stations clear and accessible. The fifth one is fire protection. Fifth content of industrial hazard is fire protection. Effective fire prevention requires anticipation of fire sources. Causes of industrial fires are overheated bearings or hot machinery and processes, clogged or dirty ventilation filters or ducts when the clogging material is a flammable or combustible air contaminants. Prevention. What are the prevention? Effective preventive maintenance strategy in housekeeping. Emergency evacuation, alarm systems, fire detection systems, smoke alarms and other detection devices. Most detection systems are delicate instruments and will not withstand the rigors of the industrial environment. Conditions to be considered are dust, corrosive atmospheres, weather exposure, heat from processes, and mechanical damage. You can see the diagram for fire suppression system. Here we have different alarms. Two alarms are there. Then we have a nozzle and a fire detector here, and extinguishing agent are there. So all components combine together to form a fire suppression system. Emergency response team. Some firms may adopt a strong strategy in which employees are organized into emergency response team. A special team that responds to emergencies to ensure proper personal evacuation and safety, shut down building services, work with responding civil authorities, protect and salvage property, and evaluate areas for safety prior to re-entry. Plan and coordinate emergency response. This is the function of emergency response team. They have to plan and coordinate emergency response. They have to provide training and practices in simulated conditions that come as close and possible to real conditions, typically composed of representatives from several different departments: maintenance, security, safety, and health, production, processing, and medical. Fire extinguishers. Fire extinguishers are still the most effective method of immediately controlling a very local fire before disastrous consequences ensue. Fire protection field classifies fires into 6 categories. Wrong application. Wrong application of extinguishment medium to a fire can be more harm than good. Another type of fire protection system is there. Different type of fire protection system is there. Number one, standpipe and hose systems, automatic sprinkler system, you can see the diagram, fixed extinguishing systems, you can see the diagram for this. Classification of fire. In this slide we will discuss classification of fires. So here we can see 6 different classes of fires. The first column is sign, color and pictogram classification of fires. So class A. All solid materials, usually organic origin nature, includes in class A fire, contains compounds of carbon and generally produce glowing embers, that is wood, textile, curtains, furniture and plastics. It comes in class A. So you can see in class A fire, wood slash furnishing, etc. In class B fire, all flammable liquids and solids are included, which can also be subdivided into non-miscible with water, that is petrol, oil, solvents, paints and waxes. Miscible with water, example alcohol. Miscible means capable of being mixed. So all flammable liquids and solids, which can also be subdivided into these two, miscible and not miscible liquids, are included in class B. So all the flammable liquid and solids are in class B in fire classification. In class C, fires involving gases. Class C fires involve natural mains gas, liquid petroleum gases, example LPG, butane and propane, etc., and medical or industrial gases. So all the fires involving gases comes in class B. In class D, you can see fires involving metals. In class E, all the electrical fires comes in class E, and in class F, high temperature cooking oils includes in class F of fire classification. The sixth content of industrial hazard is material handling and storage. Handling of material in manufacturing plant can be as hazardous as the industrial process itself. General hazards of material handling equipment are being struck by an industrial truck or conveyor, automatic or remote control nature conveyor accidents. Material storage standards, bags, containers, or bundles stored in tires shall be staked, blocked, interlocked, and limited in height so that they are stable and secure against sliding or collapse. Following are the material handling categories and implication of hazards. Number 1. Material transport equipment. Material transport equipment to move materials inside a factory, warehouse or other facility. Example, industrial truck. Industrial truck important factors that should important factors that should be considered in reducing hazards regarding industrial truck selection, operations, driver training, passengers. The second one is storage. To store materials and provide access to those materials when required, we use storage system. Material characteristics affect type of transport and storage equipment required. Safety risk, explosive, flammable, toxic process. Unitizing equipment. Refer to one container to hold material and two equipment used to load and package the containers. Example, pallets, bags, containers or bundles stored in tires shall be staked, blocked, interlocked and limited in height so that they are stable and secure against sliding or collapse. The seventh content of industrial hazard is personal protection and first aid. Personal protection equipment (PPE), which is known as PPE, must be properly selected to match the hazard. Employer must be trained to use PPE properly. Examples: hearing protection, eye and face protection, respiratory protection, head protection. You can see the diagram for PPE. You can see aprons are here, ear protections, goggles and shields, gloves, helmet, all ear plugs. Hearing protection. Important factors in selecting a type of noise protection is probably effectiveness in reducing decibel level of noise exposure. Various type of ear protection are there. Cotton balls, we can use cotton balls for noise protection. Swedish wools, ear plugs, molded ear caps, ear muffs, helmets. So we can select any one of them for noise protection in the industry. Head protection. Implementation of hard head rules. So you can see various types of hard head. First aid. First aid station may satisfy several additional functions besides providing immediate care for the injured. First aid station is often used for medical tests, screening examinations, monitoring of acute and chronic effects of health hazards, provision of emergency showers and emergency eye wash stations on job sites. Electrical hazards. Electricity is the flow of negatively charged particles called electrons through an electrically conductive material. Sources of electrical hazards are equipment failure, improper wiring, insulation failure, static electricity discharge, using metal ladders to work on electrical equipment, working on electrical equipment without ensuring that the power has been shut off, lightning strikes. So you can see electrical hazards are there, you can see the diagram. Reduction of electrical hazards. Methods of reducing electrical hazards are there. Number one, grounding. Grounding of electrical equipment safeguard people from electrical shock, reduce the probability of a fire, protect equipment from damage. Humidification, reducing humidity which possible to trigger circuit trip, example server room, clean room, use anti-static materials, rubber mats, rubber boots, PVC insulation, double insulation example iron, regular and scheduled maintenance should be conducted. Mechanical hazards. Mechanical hazards is the ninth content of industrial hazards. Mechanical hazards are those associated with power driven mechanisms, whether automated or manually operated. These absences or incorrect use of machine and tool guards can cause serious injury, death. Without proper guarding, loose clothing or hair can get caught by rotating or reciprocating mechanisms. Fingers and hands can get cut in rollers, gears, pulleys, belts, and chain drives. Co-workers working near moving machine parts are also at risk of getting cut, sheared, or crushed unless the machine is properly guarded. Common mechanical hazards are there, you can see. Crushing, slip and fall, straining and straining, puncturing, cutting and tearing, shearing. All these are the common mechanical injury hazards. So this is our today our fourth lecture is completed. Next slide we will discuss in lecture number 5.